Okay, guys, finally I'm back. Today is a sad day because I finally decided to talk about the death of NXT. RIP NXT RIP 2014 2021. Even though from 2019 to 2021 it was already shit because Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon already took over, but it wasn't told to the public. It wasn't said explicitly. Meanwhile, right now they are explicitly saying that they are running NXT, and we have seen this downward spiral since they moved to USA Network, and right now NXT is dead. And let me explain why. Because they put the final nail in the coffin when they redo when they redid the logo, and when they hired this new group of talents. And this new group of talents that they hired was the nail in the coffin because none of them is a pro wrestler. And this is, I was expecting this. It wasn't unexpected, simply because they already said Tony Khan. It's not AEW, Jesus Christ. Nick Khan said that they don't want to hire any more indie talents, indie wrestlers. They don't want to hire any more guys over 30 years old and guys less than 6'5" feet and less than 260 pounds. All these things. They want to hire people from other sports like football or the Olympics, and they want second, third generation stars, and this is unbelievable in my opinion, because this shows how stupid they are. WWE management is how their mentality is stuck in the 80s, because basically what they're saying is we want bigger guys, bigger wrestlers, sports entertainers, no vanilla midgets, simply because they want to have a roster of people like Omos or Braun Strowman. And this is absolutely a disgrace, because WWE is a pro wrestling company, even though they, what can we say, even though they want to get away from that pro wrestling thing, that pro wrestling shtick. They hate the term wrestling, even though they have wrestling in their company name. They are WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, and they want to focus only on entertainment. And in my opinion, why would you do that when your ratings are going down and down every single week? It's unbelievable. And I think that Vince, Kevin Dunn, and Bruce Pritchard, and John Laurinaitis, and Nick Khan, and all those fucking idiots, if they want to be following the entertainment stuff, why don't they get rid of the sports thing all at once? Why they don't just make them sit, the wrestlers sit on the ring, in the ring, and play cards, play poker, if they want to be an entertainment company? Why don't they do that? Oh, because no one will watch. Simple. They're fucking idiots. But yeah, the nail in the coffin is this round of new signee, and we're gonna talk about them in a few moments. The NXT that we knew is dead. Is dead and will never come back. And is dead because Vince hated when NXT was competing with the main roster and showing how shitty the main roster was. When NXT takeovers were the day before the biggest pay-per-views of WWE, like Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and WrestleMania, they showed how bad the main roster was, because every single one of us was saying, this NXT takeover is my Royal Rumble, this NXT takeover is my Survivor Series, is my WrestleMania, is my SummerSlam. Because those shows were incredible from an in-ring perspective and from a storyline perspective. Meanwhile, the shows on the main roster were utter trash. They were shitty, full of bad bookings, inconsistency, 50-50 bookings, and fuck finishes. Nothing mattered. So we had our big four pay-per-views, but they were NXT, and Vince didn't like that. So as soon as AEW arrived on the scene and went on TNT, Vince told Triple H, go kill them. I don't want them because they're competition, even though right now they're saying, oh, they're not competition. And Vince wanted to get rid of AEW and put Triple H on that position and NXT in that position. They moved NXT to USA Network. They put NXT at 2 hours, and Triple H failed because we all knew Triple H was gonna fail, because no matter what NXT was gonna do, AEW was gonna be better, was gonna be bigger, and that was what happened basically. And after Triple H failed, Vince started destroying NXT, because NXT was, well, kicking Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown ass. And Vince doesn't want that, because all their jobs, and I mean the jobs of Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, Laurinaitis, and all the stuff that Vince McMahon has, was in jeopardy, because Triple H was gonna take over, because he was doing great and all of us wanted him to take over. And I still want him to take over WWE, even though I'm done with WWE. I'm not watching WWE anymore. I'm watching AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling Noah, and other promotions. But I'm not watching WWE anymore because I'm done with the bullshit decisions they are making, the bullshit they're doing with new talents, that they are burying every single one of them. Look at Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, Mia Yim, Ricochet, Aleister Black, who else? Buddy Murphy. Do I need to keep going? Ruby Riott, The Iconics, Authors of Pain, Sanity, and who else? Bobby Roode, Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Every single one of them is very dead. Apollo Crews. They're destroying every single one of them. They don't give a fuck. They want only Roman Reigns, even though he is fucking boring. I can't stand him. I don't want to see him on my TV. And he is looking good right now because every single wrestler on that company right now isn't doing anything. They're booked like shit. And when you have an act that is booked okay in a sea of bullshit things, you realize that is good, is great. But in reality, if you look deep down, you realize that Roman Reigns is good only because all the other wrestlers are booked like shit and they are irrelevant. So the only thing on the show that is relevant is him, because he is booked right in comparison to all the other wrestlers. But in reality, he isn't good. He isn't a needle mover, and he will never move the needle. I will never give a fuck about him. The only moment I gave a fuck about him was when he was in the Shield at the beginning of his career, and that was it. Because I don't like him. Period. So WWE has killed NXT, and we will have fond memories of NXT because of the matches they gave us, all the great matches, like since the beginning of NXT in 20 of the pay-per-views of NXT, since NXT arrival up until the last pay-per-view. So many good matches, Bo Dallas and Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd and Tyler Breeze, Jushin Thunder Liger, American Alpha Revival, DIY Revival, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, etc., etc. All the War Games, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Adrian Neville. Yeah, that match was fucking great. And yeah, all these great matches. And we will have good memories. However, right now, NXT is dead. And the final lane in the coffin is the new round of signing. And now we're going to talk about this, because none of them is a pro wrestler, and this is boggling me. And when I read the names, you will realize that this is the end of NXT. So they signed, the first name on the list is Joseph Fatu, who is the brother of Jimmy and Jey Uso. And he was signed only because he is a part of the Anoa'i family. And Vince loves the Anoa'i family. If you're part of that family, you have a job for life, you can't do anything wrong. Just look at the Usos. They are fucking irresponsible. Jimmy gets, I can't remember who of the two Uso is an alcoholic, but he was arrested for DIY multiple times, and they did nothing with him. They gave him the tag team championships. Look at Nia Jax. She is a fucking disgrace. She's horrible as a pro wrestler, and she's injured so many females, and she can't fucking wrestle. She's too dangerous, and she is still there. Do you realize this? She is dangerous, and she's there. Why? Because she is the Rock cousin. She's part of the Anoa'i family. But I can assure you, if, I don't know, maybe Liv Morgan was doing this, she will be already fired, because she will be dangerous. But Nia Jax, isn't fired because she's a part of the Anoa'i family, and she can't do anything wrong at all. Just like Roman, just like the Usos. If Roman would commit homicide, he would still be Universal Champion. He would still be hired with the company, because he is the Rock cousin. That's it. And this is why they hired Joseph Fatu. He will be in WWE for life, and no one will touch him. He will be successful, and that's it. But he is the only one that I can accept as a signee, because he can be good as the Usos, and I'm good with this. But the other ones that were signed are a disgrace. So they signed Bobby Stevenson, and he is the brother of Gable Stevenson, the man that won the Olympic gold medal. Okay? They signed his brother, and this is they made this decision because they want to sign Gable Stevenson, and they will sign Gable Stevenson. But do you realize that this is this makes no sense at all. Okay, they are trying to make they trying to hire a good name like Kurt Angle when he won the Olympics, etc., etc. But I can assure you this is not going to work, because I don't give a fuck about people that are not wrestler and that get trained by WWE to get sports entertainer, because they're not going to train to be wrestlers. They're gonna be trained to wrestle like Baron Corbin, and I don't want to see people wrestle like Baron Corbin. I want to see people wrestle like Adam Cole, like Pete Dunne, like Sami Zayn, like Kevin Owens, Keith Lee, etc., etc. Not like Baron Corbin. So they signed this Bobby Stevenson, and I don't give a fuck. Then they signed Jessica Woin. I can't even read her name. Jessica Woinilko, yeah. And she comes from gymnastic, bodybuilding, and CrossFit competition. Oh yeah, because I don't give a fuck about women wrestling. They don't give a fuck about women wrestling, yeah. And so they decide to hire a woman, sorry, I'm stupid. A woman that can't wrestle and that is big, yeah, because we need to have CrossFit girls. Just, I don't understand this. You have a division that is dead because you can't book that division because you don't give a fuck. You book only Eva Marie because you were jerking off about her, and the rest of the division is shitty. You have one of the best division and you're not doing anything. You have Charlotte Flair, Asuka, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Liv Morgan, Ember Moon in NXT, but you can call her up, Tegan Nox, Piper Niven, Toni Storm, who else? Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota Kai, Shotzi Blackheart, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell. They have so many good women. Io Shirai. They have so many female wrestlers, and they're not doing anything. They're just booking Eva Marie and Alexa Bliss. And that's it. And why do you need to hire a woman that can't do shit in order to train her to be just like Eva Marie, probably, and don't book the women division that you have right? I don't understand this, but whatever. I am done watching WWE, as I already said, and I'm not gonna watch for a long time. I'm gonna read the spoilers, the reviews, etc., but I'm not watching it. The next name they signed is Bretty Booker, a 6'3", 245-pound former middle linebacker at the University of South Dakota. So a guy that is 6'3", no vanilla midget, 245 pounds, no vanilla midget, no 205 live, basically. And it comes from football. Because, yeah, we need people from football, you know? Fucking God, I hate all these things. It's like, yeah, Roman came from football, and this is why he sucks. You understand this? Goldberg comes from football. He couldn't wrestle in WCW. He was a football player, and he sucked. Basically, every single football player they hire is shitty because they can't wrestle, and they don't train them to wrestle. They train them to be Braun Strowman, basically. And you don't need this in 2021 in WWE. And I think we can all see this problem. They want people to be like Braun Strowman and Omos. And you can see how bad they look in the ring. Meanwhile, most of the fans, I mean pro wrestling fans, not the family that are looking WWE because it's kid friendly. It's Nickelodeon basically. Most of the family are okay with that because their kids are watching WWE. WWE is there only because kids are watching. If kids weren't watching, WWE probably will be in the sink. Do you understand this? Without the kids, WWE would have the lowest ratings ever. The parents of the children's of the kids that are watching WWE probably are pro wrestling fans, and they would love to watch things like AEW on WWE. However, they're stuck to watch WWE because of their kids. And WWE is a kids product. You can see it from the beginning to the end of any show they have. So this is the problem. They want goofy characters, they want big mans, all these things that are appealing to the 3, 4, 5, 6 years old kids. Not to the pro wrestling fans that are teenagers and adults. And this is the problem, because when the kids are gonna grow up, they are gonna realize how bad WWE is, and they're gonna search for pro wrestling if they want to be stuck with pro wrestling. And this is where WWE fails. They are staying away from the pro wrestling shtick because they want to be a kids show, basically a TV series that is cartoonish in order to appeal the kids, because they know that if the kids wouldn't be there, let's put it this way, without the kids, they would be gone. Because they suck. And nobody over the age of 7, 8 wants to watch, nobody over the age of 7, 8, probably 9 at max, want to watch WWE. They want something like NXT was. They want something like AEW. So this is why WWE is gonna go lower and lower and lower, and this is why the death of NXT is a tragedy, because we don't have that thing that can save WWE from the demise. They are going through demise that is upon them. The next signed wrestler is Ben Buchanan. I don't know who he is, but here it is written that he is the son of the former WWE superstar Bull Buchanan, okay, and a former high school wrestling standout. So a second generation wrestler, just like Tony Khan. Tony Khan, just guys, why I'm saying Tony Khan? I'm saying Tony Khan because Tony Khan, he is a genius right now. I love Tony Khan, and I'm mixing Tony Khan and Nick Khan. Jesus Christ, Nick Khan, as you know, said they want bigger names, etc., etc., etc. So they're hiring second generation, third generations superstars. I hate the term superstar. Wrestlers. That's it. So they're hiring second generation superstars because they think that their name has a value. However, no name has a value right now. If you're a second or third generation superstar, that's it. The only value I can see is if you're the son of Steve Austin, the son of The Rock, and that's it. Nobody else matters. Nobody else matter. Sorry, I'm stupid. I made stupid mistakes in English because I am talking super fast. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am an idiot. Okay. And the last signee is Joshua Dawkins, the nephew of basketball legend Daryl Dawkins, trained by Devon Dudley. Okay, at least this is a guy that has been trained by Devon Dudley, and I can accept that. However, I can't accept, accept is a strong word. I don't like the fact that they're signing people from other sports that don't know shit. They don't know shit about pro wrestling. That is the problem. People coming from other sports that don't know shit about about pro wrestling. That is my problem. And you know why? Because they're gonna suck in the ring. Even if they train them, they're gonna suck. They are gonna look like Baron Corbin. They're gonna look like Braun Strowman, almost in the ring. Basically, no fun to watch, zero interest. And you will see this, believe me, you will see people that are not going to care. The people are not going to care about this thing, these guys. Nobody is gonna care. Because we don't want a roster full of homos. Okay? We want a roster that looks like AEW. Everybody is different. Everybody is interesting. Well, not everybody, but most of it. We want young guys to feel important. I would love to see Keith Lee important. I would love to see, Karrion Kross, I don't give a fuck. In my opinion, he was always boring. He was always overrated by people, and he should be a fucking jobber, just like Roman Reigns. I would love to see Dominik Dijakovic. I would love to see Ricochet interesting. I would love to see the Viking Raiders treated right. You know, all these guys. But what I get instead, I get Charlotte constantly, I get Omos, I get Goldberg, I get Lesnar, all these things that I don't care. I want things like, I want the young guys to be over as Darby Allin, to be as over as Jungle Boy, to be as over as Orange Cassidy. This is what I want. Not this bullshit WWE is producing, not this bullshit they're doing with the new signee. They're signing guys and women from other sports, or that, people that don't know shit about pro wrestling. And I don't like this. So this is basically the final nail in the coffin in NXT. NXT will be missed forever, because I think sooner or later they're gonna turn NXT, Vince and Bruce are gonna turn NXT into what used to be in 2010. So a reality show where people were running through obstacles and all these shitty things that we saw a long time ago, and all these things Triple H got away. All these things Triple H get rid of, actually, because Triple H turned that shitty reality show into a legitimate pro wrestling show, into a legitimate company, you could say. A legitimate alternative to Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown that we absolutely loved. And right now, every single week, I watched NXT from 2019 to 2021. I saw the changes. I saw Vince and Bruce inputs. I saw everything falling down week by week. And I saw Vince getting desperate week by week. But that didn't change the fact that NXT was failing. That didn't change the fact that NXT was going to die. And that didn't change the fact that NXT was gonna get a rebrand, was gonna get taken over by Vince and Bruce Pritchard and John Laurinaitis. And yeah, it's a sad day because, as I said, NXT is dead. Is dead and will never come back. I am sorry to say all of this, but I hope that all the wrestlers that are there will realize that they are doomed. I hope that Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Pete Dunne, Oni Lorcan, Danny Burch, Walter, and who else? Candice, and Indy, Io Shirai. I hope that every single one of them realize that they are doomed, because sooner or later, and I think soon, in this year, every single one of them is gonna be released. Just be prepared, because you will see Johnny Gargano has been released. You will see Tommaso Ciampa has been released. You will see Roderick Strong has been released. You will see Kushida has been released. You will see Kyle O'Reilly has been released. You will see all these things because they are too old. They are ex-independent wrestlers. They are vanilla midget in Vince McMahon's eyes. And Vince don't want them. It's simple. They will be fired in the next year or so. Trust me. And I think also a lot of people on the main roster will be fired, like Tony Storm, Tegan Knox, Shotzi Blackheart, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, Ricochet, and a lot of other wrestlers will be fired. And be prepared, because it's gonna be another round of like 40 people fired in the next year. Probably, I think they are going to fire people, I don't know, probably in January, a few other wrestlers, and then at the beginning of April. So yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna lose their job, mostly NXT guys, because they're branding NXT and they don't want indie wrestlers. So every single guy that is an indie wrestler is gonna get fired soon. They have their days numbered. Johnny Gargano has his days numbers. No, so I can't fucking speak. Sorry. Johnny Gargano, as I was saying, has his days numbered, just like Tommaso Ciampa, just like Roderick Strong, and all the others. They need to realize they are doomed, and they need to have a fucking plan B. And I hope that a lot of them are talking with other companies, because soon they will be looking for jobs. As we all know. And I think that, at least I hope that Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, that is already been fired, and Roderick Strong, I hope that all of them gets jobs with Adam Cole, because I want to see Undisputed Era again. And yeah, this is basically what is going on right now. And I don't know if you've seen the last interview of Triple H. That's Triple H's interview, where he was repeating what Tony Khan. Jesus Christ! Why I have in mind Tony Khan all the time? Jesus Christ! Nick Khan. Triple H was repeating what Nick Khan was saying, and you can see from his face that basically he wasn't believing every single word he was saying, but he was forced to do that interview. He wasn't believing in anything he said. He was just repeating what Nick Khan said, because he had to, even though you could see in his face that he was sad, frustrated, and miserable. I think that Triple H is really sad and frustrated and miserable right now, because he saw what he put his energy into, his baby that he loved and we loved, destroyed by his father-in-law and his goons, and he can't stand this, but he can't leave the company, he can't say shit, simply because he's no one right there. He is only the husband of Stephanie McMahon, and that's it. He can't do shit. He will never take control of WWE, because when Vince is dead, Bruce will take over, Kevin Dunn will take over, John Laurinaitis will take over. Or when Vince steps down, it doesn't matter. Triple H is not gonna take control because he is nobody. He failed mostly, and that is the reason he's not gonna take over. Even though we know NXT was gonna fail no matter what on Wednesday nights, because it went at 2 hours, and we all know NXT should have stayed at 1 hour, and because that was the right amount of time for NXT. We all knew NXT should have never gone on USA Network for this imaginary war that they were gonna lose. We all knew NXT was gonna fail, and we all knew NXT was fading because AEW was better than NXT. And we all knew NXT was fading because Triple H wasn't in charge anymore from the moment NXT was on the USA Network. From the moment NXT was on USA Network, Vince was in charge, and you could see these changes he made with introducing characters like Robert Stone, the Cameron Grimes gimmick, the let me think, the oh Jesus Christ, I can't think, the Indy Hartwell Dexter Loomis storyline and their wedding coming up. And this is Dexter and Indy is recent, but you could have seen from the moment Robert Stone was added to the brand. That was Vince and Bruce's idea, not Triple H's. Sorry, I was drinking water because my throat is sore. Jesus Christ. So yeah, NXT was doomed from day one. From the day they went on NXT on USA Network, from that day they were doomed. Every single wrestler there was doomed. The brand was doomed, and now we see the consequences of what Vince, Bruce, John Laurinaitis, and Kevin Dunn decided to do. They're killing the future of their company. They're killing the future of their company. They're killing it. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit about their the young talents. They don't give a shit about the future. They only care about money, and they only care about how much they can make. That's it. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about the fans. They don't give a fuck about the product. They don't give a fuck about the wrestlers. They give a fuck only about them, and that's it. So, guys, I don't have anything else to say. This was my salute to NXT, my explanation, my little rant about the death of NXT, and I will see you soon, guys. I will make another video, let's call it video, it's a podcast. I will make another one of this soon because I want to shit on fucking Roman Reigns saying that CM Punk isn't a fucking needle mover. I want to shit on R-Truth saying that he was more over than CM Punk in 2011. I want to shit on Booker T because they're fucking idiots. So next podcast, next episode will be about these idiots. But for the moment, this is it. I will see you guys soon, and I will salute you. Goodbye, guys. I'm gone. I will go right now. Goodbye.